Hi there, Elodie. Nice to see you've written us some more essays. Let's look at what you did here. Okay. The two pie charts illustrate the school subject preferences in New South Wales in 2014 and 2017. Overall, mathematics, geography, and PE percentages experienced a decrease, whereas the proportion of students who preferred physics, biology, and history increased significantly between 2014 and 2017. All right, nice and clear. I like that. In 2014, the most popular classes were geography with 27.7%, followed by maths with 27.3%. The least popular classes were chemistry, IT, and history, with a percentage around 1%. Biology accounted for 13.4% of the total, while PE was preferred by only 8.7% of the students. Clear, clear, clear. In 2017, the percentage of students preferring IT remained steady, just above 1%, while nobody declared chemistry as their favorite class. Both the percentage of maths and geography declined from 27.3 to 12.2 and from 27.7 to 18.7, respectively. On the other hand, more students preferred physics and biology, which accounted for exactly 21.2 and 24.1 for this year. The percentage of students choosing history witnessed the highest growth and reached 19.4. All right, that is really so clear. I really liked the way you organized it. Did you focus a lot on details? Yeah, yes and no. It was really well organized. You had a variety of expressions, so that's okay with me. You used things like remained steady. I liked that you said this, declared chemistry as your favorite class, preferred physics, choosing history. So you've got really a nice range. I can't really say that the details bothered me. It read really, really easily. The word count is fine. So no problems whatsoever, honestly. I mean, you could see I don't even think I corrected a single thing, maybe just one little thing, if that. But a very nice response, really, very good. Let's see. If there was one thing you could have done, that would be this section right here. You repeated some of this information. I mean, you already told me this percentage here and this percentage here. So you could have just said it declined to 12.2 and to 18.7, and that would have been fine. You would have avoided this repetition, but it's not a huge problem. I really like this part one, this task one, okay? So good job, and let's look now at your task two, weddings. Do the benefit of spending a lot of money on them outweigh the disadvantages? Now let's look at a couple of things that you should keep in mind here. They're talking multiple benefits, multiple disadvantages, and you should keep in mind that they want you to discuss both of them and then determine which outweigh which. So let's see if you did that. Excuse me. The question whether people should spend a large amount of money on weddings has been debated for the last few years. Some believe that the market around weddings creates new job opportunities and boosts the economy, whereas others argue that this business is slowly killing the value of marriage. This essay will show that the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. Beautiful. Okay, moving on. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that expenditure on weddings has grown over the last decade and has allowed people to create new jobs. For example, in France, many wedding agencies, you don't have an S here, it's an adjective, so you don't put an S on an adjective. Many wedding agencies have sprung up in the past couple of years, and the profession of wedding planner has exploded. Moreover, as the interest of people has risen, not raised, professionals have organized a marriage week each year in Paris, where they have been showing their ultimate decorations, dresses, and activities for weddings. Therefore, it is legitimate to think that the economy benefits from this growing market. All right, that's great. On the other hand, although this wedding market is beneficial to the economy, it also has a negative impact on the meaning of marriage. That is to say that it has become another commercialized celebration such as Christmas or Valentine's Day and has lost its main values. As a consequence, the rate of divorce has increased in the last decade. Recent studies from Oxford University showed that the business around marriage is one of the major factors, S, that contributes to the weakening of marriage. Therefore, if people spend less money on their weddings and focus more on the true meaning of marriage, a decrease in the rate of divorce will be experienced. Okay, great. There's one little thing. You say something here in this paragraph that's a pretty strong argument. I mean, and by that I mean it's a major statement to make. Okay, you say here that this whole business of marriage is one of the major factors that contributes to the weakening of marriage. Well, this is the kind of statement that really needs a why. Okay, you need to explain to the reader why this is happening. When you don't do that, you leave the reader with a question mark. And I find myself riveted by what you're saying, but you really do need to support it a little more. So what's your evidence for that? What's your support? What's your explanation? How do you illustrate that? Okay? And there were tons of things you could have said. You could have given a statistic from Oxford University that people who spent over $20,000 on their marriage divorced at a rate of 3 times more than those who spent less than $5,000. Okay, so you could have said lots of things. I'm just giving you one example, obviously, but I would have liked an additional sentence around that. Okay, from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the drawbacks of excessive expenditure on weddings, as here, outweigh the advantages. Unfortunately, it is predicted that the wedding market will increasingly grow in importance. Okay, so Elodie, this is a wonderful set of essays. I'm really very pleased. They were both very easy to read. You did a good job of organizing. You had a lot of nice vocabulary, some strong ideas, except for that one part where, like I said, I thought you could have supported it a little more. You had little grammatical problems. How much are these little grammatical problems going to cost you? Well, I don't think a terrible amount, okay? They weren't terribly consistent. They were here and there. So I think you could probably still score well despite these grammatical things that I picked up on throughout the essay. So it's a well-written essay. I'm really quite pleased with it. Nonetheless, I want you to correct it. Okay, send it back to us corrected, of course. Add to your error correction list and write your next set of essays. I'm looking forward to them, okay? Nice job today. Good for you, and good luck with your next set.